don't think I've told this story, but, and I think I could talk about it because I never signed an NDA for this. I interviewed for Niji years ago. In my like first year, I got sniped. No, I'm just kidding. Now I'm not going to disclose the contract because that's not my place to say. And I'm sure you can maybe find the contract like out there, you know. I'm sure if you go looking for details on the contract, I'm sure you can find it, but that's not my place because I don't want to reveal that. And I've worked with Nijisanji in the past, right? Not just through voiceover, but I hosted the Anime Impulse panel. I remember interviewing them, or them having that interview. They seemed really nice, I will say. This was probably 2021, 2022. I think it was actually 22, because I did interview for a different company in 21. Every fellow like VTuber that I've had this conversation with about, like, it's like, they were like, oh, if you want to sign with an org, I'm sure they would take you like that. You know, like a corporation, like a corpo, they take you like that. They, you know, like, I mean, you're a voice actor, you sing, like, you're entertaining and all that stuff. And I was like, sure, like, I mean, I'm not gonna, like, you know, have an ego about it and be like, oh yeah, that's me, baby, I'm in there. But, like, I mean, based on the conversations I had with them, they did seem interested. But there was one thing during the interview, I said no. You know, one company told me that, not Niji, but the other company, they were like, hey, do you, for your voiceover, do you have an agent? And I was like, yeah, I have an agent. And I was like, yeah, I have an agent. And they were like, okay, would you quit your agency? And I was like, I don't feel the need to because I feel like agency and management are different. I'm like, okay, cool. So you prioritize your voiceover. And I was like, huh? What in the genjutsu? What do you mean? Huh? And that didn't work out. With Niji, they told me I could not do voiceover at all. And I was like, no. And they were like, is that non-negotiable? I was like, hey, I would love to work with you guys, but yeah, that's non-negotiable. And the reason why I even considered, and this is where my thought process is going, that some folks might take the, and I don't know, this might be a hot take, you know, everybody has different living situations. Everybody has different situations, right? Like whether they need to pay bills, they want to do it for popularity, different stuff, right? For me, I just want to try it out. That's the kind of person that I am. I wanted to try it out. And if it didn't work out, I'd only sign a year contract and then I'd be gone and do my own thing, you know? Which I feel like I'm not saying all the Nijisanji folks, but I feel like some of the Nijisanji folks might see it that way too. But everybody has different situations, right? Everybody has different living situations. Some people need to pay their bills. For some people, Nijisanji or, you know, one of these corporations that's paying them is the most money they've ever had in their life. You know, for some people, it's just a way to express themselves and not have to worry about a lot of the logistics. But I feel like because they've gotten older and are understanding the industry and the space a bit more, they're like, oh, I'm kind of getting fucked a bit. And by a bit, I mean a lot, you know? And again, I'm not gonna go into detail about contracts, but yeah. Isn't voiceover your primary passion? Well, the thing is, I love voiceover. It is one of my primary passions, and I'm glad. You know what's crazy? They did call me out on that shit, and for a while, I was like, why would they? I could balance it out, but they were right. They were 100% right, and it wouldn't have worked out, and that's okay. But I'm not gonna give it up entirely. And that other company, they didn't tell me I couldn't do voiceover. They just wanted to be the ones to handle the voiceover for me. Like, they essentially wanted to be my manager, my agent, my everything. And I was like, I don't know about that, chief. But with Niji, they just didn't want me to do it. And I guess it's because my voice would be so recognizable, which, I hate to break it to you, my voice is pretty recognizable. But that's the shitty thing. They put you in a situation that, you know, me as the VTuber, they want the IP rights. Yeah, they did. They wanted the IP rights to my voice. Yeah. And the thing was, I was willing to not stream as CyYu for a while. You know, like 1-2 years, depending on how long I was enjoying it for. But the moment that I stopped having fun, I would have been out the door. That's the way I would have gone about it. But not everybody is in that situation. I'm in a very privileged position where I've busted my ass off since I was like 14, where I've been making content since I was 14, and even when I moved out on my own, I had income because of the YouTube content, you know? But some of these folks that sign with Niji when they're first starting out are smaller creators, and this is the most money, and not just Nijisanji, by the way. This could, you know, go to any other company that is like a corpo, you know, like Niji, Hollow, Prism, or whatever. You know, like, it helps them out a lot. Yeah, I've been making content since I was 14, fellas. 15 years, baby. Not as CyYu, obviously. You know, I've been putting in that grind since I was a kid. All that to say, I understand why folks are leaving, and it is sad. And what happened to CyYu wasn't even their fucking choice. They didn't even get a choice. They just got fired. So Niji, fucking do better, man. Treat your fucking talent better. I don't know.